Hello, my little souls. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. It's been a hectic couple weeks. A lot has happened, and not to mention that I'm sick, so it's going to be a bit difficult to record. I hate the new virtual card thingy. It's so frustrating. I have two switches, this one and one that I use for my personal files. I have to link them to play this game. It's not a physical game, it's a virtual game. Anyway, so we are moving back and forth between Miles and Gregory for this case, Turnabout Legacy, I think it's called. Oh, sorry. And I honestly have no idea what we were supposed to do now. Later interview with Mr. Tangaroo. Oh, right, we are going to talk with the accused. So, let's go. I don't know if I'll make this video as long as the others because I don't think my throat will allow it. But let's see. December 25th, 10 a.m., Detention Center, Visitors Room. Oh yeah, we're with Gregory. Hey, is Miss Bound? Oh, Mr. Fender. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday. She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Karma finished interrogating you? Oh wait, if I have to voice Von Karma, that's gonna hurt even more. Yes, though he really only seemed interested in how I melted those sculptures. Are you here to see Mr. Tangaroo too? Yes, I'm terribly worried about him. Oh, I thought it was Mr. Tangaroo. Detective Bath, what are you doing back here? Back there, sorry. Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon. Not sure how anyone just happens to be at a detention center, but okay. He's a cop, he kinda has to be here. Ah! Good morning. What happened to you? Mr. Tangaroo, what happened to you? Oh no, Samson, what did they do to you? They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. You're from one day to another, your hair is white. They're not letting you sleep. Oh, that's torture. Oops, move my capture card. I hope I didn't mess up anything. That's no police work, that's torture. What's going on, Detective Bath? I'm not the one doing the interviewing. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's methods as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help. It was Detective Bath who got me out of there. I'd still be in the interrogation room right now if it weren't for him. Detective Bath really is trying to look out for Mr. Tangaroo in his own way, it seems. Holy crap! Alright, Eddie, let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tangaroo. You got it, Mr. E! My notepad is at the ready! But you eat the papers! Mr. Tangaroo, we found out quite a bit, if you'd like to hear it. Actually, maybe I should check the evidence just in case. The rules... The thingy... Oh yeah, we found out that the victim is Paul Halik, I think that's his name. It's another name, like he used different names. Hmm. What else? Hmm. Okay. Of course. Thank you. Are you alright, Mr. Tangaroo? You seem kinda spaced out. I'm fine. I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Samson! Do we have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Do we? Oh, wait! Maybe this? It says Tangaroo's favorite. Huh, is that chocolate? For me? Oh, those are the chocolates I wish I could just give them to you, Mr. Tangaroo. But the rules here don't exactly allow me to do so. Oh, that's a shame. But rules are rules, I suppose. Come on, Beth. There must be some way we can hand them to him. I hope Detective Bat is noting the meaningful looks in his direction. Please. Let me take a look at them. If they seem legit, I might consider passing them on to the suspect. Thank you, Detective Bat. Ah, my hero. I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Here. You don't know how much this means to me. Yeah. Keep it down, will ya? For both of our sakes. Of course, Detective. I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now, don't sample these threats. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot. Huh. I didn't do it for you. It was my call. Guess you're not such a bad guy after all. Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a man reborn. Haha. Were they your handiwork, Judy? Yes, how were they? I don't want to sing. Feel them melt, soft and smooth. Chocolate that'll comfort and soothe. I don't want to sing. Ear to ear, head to toe. Smile and savor the taste as it flows. Why is it so slow? Delicious. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy. I'm so glad you like them. And I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse from sheer despair. Wow, is the food here really all that bad? Just the usual. French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that. That sounds nice. Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing. Huh? Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene. Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share? Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Yep. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Paul Halik. R.T. Frost was Paul Halik? I never would have imagined. Poor Mr. Halik. So the famous French sculptor wasn't a Frenchman after all, huh? This all would certainly explain why Mr. Halik was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public. He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently, a bunch of zodiac statues. Guess he'll never finish them now. He never finished his greatest masterpiece. Nah, seems he was making statues for each season. But he never got around to the winter constellations. The winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini? But... So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set. Yeah, and now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Miss Bound, I wasn't blaming you. One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make. Ugh. Which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there's any chance someone called in a debt. I guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems. Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest? None. Guy didn't even tell his family. I see. Alright, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard, but I can't be hanging around here any longer. Understood, detective. We'll see you again shortly. Thank you, bud. He's a good man. He certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody who can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in. And to scare the pants off of anybody when he knew he met. Now, you were going to tell me about what you learned yesterday. Of course, allow me to give you a full report. Thank you for that, and allow me to apologize on Judy's behalf. I'm so sorry. It's fine, Mr. Tangaroo. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learn the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I ask you a question or two? By all means, I'll gladly share all I can. Okay. The contestants. What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Cone. I love her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, and so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semi-final. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. And there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semi-final as well. Which was... It tasted identical to Mr. Frost's. They may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing. Huh? And what exactly does his work look like? Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion. I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth. Much appreciated, Miss Bound. But Mr. Frost's entry for the finals, that was truly sublime. Sorry. So you were able to finish judging it, even though his body had been discovered in the meantime? Yes, I wasn't aware of what had happened until after I'd completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit, part of the lyre, I believe. Okay. I don't have it here, but I remember the strings were missing. I'd never tasted anything like it. It was like a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song. I'm sorry, but... sorry. Are you saying that the lyre tasted good? I'd like to hear more about that if you don't mind. The lyre. You're quite sure it was the lyre you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work? I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini, Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture that is in that display's case. Mr. Tangaroo, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So, the part you tried was the lyre, the one shown here without any strings? Oh, there were strings originally. That was the part I ate. Okay. So the strings were missing because Mr. Tangaroo ate them all, and he enjoyed them. Miss Scone told us she ate a part of the lyre as well, but she said it was far too salty for her to finish. Then it's true. The truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste. Something wrong? How so exactly? There's a taste disorder characterized by an inability to detect salty flavors. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I eat so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now. That would explain why the food here seems so bland to him. Is this an actual thing? I need to check. What? But your taste buds are your livelihood. Even if there were some long-term treatment option, I highly doubt a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for a proper evaluation. Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back at my mansion. You do? I do. You can take a look at it for yourself if you like. Samson, we can't show that recipe to just anybody. Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody. He's my attorney, and I have no secrets from him. Yes, you're right, of course. If that's what you eat, what you wish. What on earth is this secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding? Maybe you can ask Miss Scone. She's a pharmacist. Okay. What now? Well, I suppose I should be getting back. Alright, we'll be right behind you. Judy. Yes, Samson? There's more to life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live. Because I won't always be around. Don't say that. Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be waiting, right there at the mansion, until you come home. Aww. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Miss Bound! Judy. Ah, sad. Whoa, she seemed really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why do you even say all that to her? Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own. What do you mean? The Halit collection, the candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and to choose her own destiny. The last thing I want for her is to miss out on all that life has to offer because of me. I guess that makes sense. Oh, that's so sad. He really does see her as his own child. What parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path? That's so sad. And what parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? 1 second. I need to check that the video is recording properly because I moved my capture card by accident. I'll be right back. Okay, it's working. It's just fine. For a moment I was worried that something wasn't recording properly, but everything is fine. I know. Oops, I deafened the game, I'm so sorry. I knew it was very quiet for some reason. I know exactly how he feels in this moment. Aww. That's so cute. I think I've asked of you everything I can for now, Mr. Tangaroo. We should be getting back to the scene of the crime. Oh, you're leaving? I see. I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session. Ah, yes, we'll have to do something about that. You'll speak to the police for me. That too, but I'll be putting something else in place as well. An ace up our sleeve for when the time comes. I look forward on learning more. I'm counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth. We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tangaroo, every day! And Judy too! Thank you, Eddie. I'll look forward to it. Mr. Tangaroo, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can't, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you for as long as this case lasts. And it will make it that much harder for me to save you. I understand, and I'll try. I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroo. You have my word on that. Memories that make me sad. Because I know it's not gonna happen. December 25th, 11 and 3 a.m. Contest venue, Fountain Room. There's Bat. Detective Bat, thank you again for what you did earlier. Yeah, thanks a ton. What are you talking about? There's no need to be shy about it. Never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here. You looking to investigate some more? We are indeed. We'll need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaroo. Well, I hate to break it to you, but apart from this room, the whole place is on lockdown. What? But we need to see those other rooms! This is Mr. Von Karma's doing, I presume? Who else? Of course. Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too. We're getting autopsy report updated. But this time it's not from Edgeworth, it's from Von Karma. And don't expect to speak with anybody except us cops and Miss Bout. Everybody else is gone, and I doubt Von Karma will be handing out phone numbers. Sorry. Is this all just a game to him? Why does he have to go so far? So what's your plan of action, detective? Same as before. Do what I can to help you uncover the truth, like I promised. You have my gratitude. Just you wait, Mr. Von Karma. We're gonna beat you and your pack of dirty tricks. Detective, may we conduct a brief investigation of the area? Sure, but like I said, everywhere else is off bounds. You probably won't be seeing those rooms again. That's fine. As long as there's at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do. Begin investigation! Okay, so... where do I start? Oh! You're here! Miss Vaughn, we're here to continue our investigation. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier. She's still looking kinda down in the dumps, Mr. E. She must have been greatly taken aback by what Mr. Tangaroo had to say. I found the photograph of the semi-final entries for you. Here, it's all yours. Wow, Miss Cone sure knows how to make a cute cake. Yes, Samson loved her design for that one. And he loved the designs and flavors of Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries. Only problem was, as Samson mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, the respective entries for the final tasted nothing alike, it seems. Was there anything else of note that changed between the semi-final and the final? Nothing major, but I guess there was one thing. Mr. Gusto's son was always here with him throughout the contest. Oh, that's a character we don't know. But he was nowhere to be seen during the final. Why would his son come and hang out at a contest venue of all places? You're sure you're happy for us to keep hold of this? Of course. I hope it helps with your investigation. Thank you. Oh, and I also have the book containing the recipe for the cure Samson mentioned. We've seen this book before. Oh yeah, it was the prize for the contest. It was in the chocolate frame, in Tangaro's room. Oh, sorry, that was bad. That's right, he put it on display there so that everyone could see the grand prize. What? The Cure is the ultimate cookbook? So it's not a book of dessert recipes, I take it? Oh no, we told the contestants, of course. But I guess nobody told you yet. So the contestants all knew that the ultimate cookbook was what the ultimate cookbook was this whole time. A book containing formulas for creating a cure for taste disorders and other chemicals and pharmaceutical items. Huh. Can I check it? Can I check this? Nope. Okay. I'd like to hear more about the cookbook, if you don't mind, Miss Bound, sorry. The ultimate cookbook. So, if I understand correctly, the ultimate cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines. Exactly, or rather, totally new medication that haven't made it to market yet, to be precise. To the right buyer, a pharmaceutical company, for example, it would be worth a fortune. But why make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest? Mr. Tangaro is the sole heir of the Tangaro family fortune. Perhaps you've heard of the Tangaro Group? The Tangaro Group? Yeah, I think I've heard of them somewhere before. It's a major pharmaceutical corporation. Sells all kinds of pills and poisons. Huh. Oh yeah, that new Cold Killer Pro has been making some real waves since it went on sale. Cold Killer Pro, is it the grandfather of Cold Killer X? I always reach for a cold killer when I'm feeling under the weather. I could really use one right now. Which is never as far as I've seen. I'd like to hear more about the Tangaro Group, if you don't mind. Okay, the Tangaro Group. So, did Mr. Tangaro not want to take over for his parents and go into the family business? No, he preferred the idea of making people's lives better to the power of confectionery. And his parents supported him in his quest to become the best in the world. Then, when they passed away, he inherited the cookbook. But why would he make such a valuable heirloom a mere contest prize? He's been hounded by so many people looking to make that book their own. He was tired of it. But it would have been an insult to his parents' memories simply to give it away. So he decided to find somebody he felt was worthy of it. I'll bet the board of directors loved that. Handing over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else. They hated the idea, of course. Which is why Delisha entered the contest. The Tangaroo group wanted her to win the book back for them. Ah, she's infiltrated. So you knew she was a pharmacist all along? Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samson's tastes. I tried to help her win. But why? I wanted to protect Samson by protecting the Tangaroo group. If that cookbook fell into another company's hands, the board would never forgive him. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way that Samson couldn't object to. So that's how Miss Cone managed to make it so far in a contest she had no business taking part in. But Miss Cone wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost wasn't really a confectioner either. And he still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad. Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor, and a gifted crafter of desserts too. Gifted indeed, judging by the standards of his work in the final. But how did one man produce pieces of that size and quality in such a short period of time? I'm not sure I have much more time to tell you. But if there's anything else I can help you with, I'd be happy to, of course. She's certainly very keen to ensure that she does all she can for Mr. Tangaroa. I could certainly use a cup of the tea you made us yesterday, if you wouldn't mind. I think that might help move the investigation along nicely. Oh, I'll have some too! Your tea is to die for, Miss Vaughn. Well, how could I possibly refuse? I'll bring it right out. Okay. You know, I think that cheered her up a little. Yeah. That's nice. What are you doing? Excuse me. May I ask what you're investigating? Sir, I'm analyzing the fountain water to see what might be in it, sir. And what did you find? Chocolate, and what looks like the kind of flavorings and colorings used in frozen desserts, sir. The composition of the chocolate seems to be the same as that of Mr. Tangaro's work. And the flavorings and colorings match the profile of those used in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. Those little rivers flow from all four artists' rooms right here to this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up in there. And that's not all, sir. We also found blood. What? Why is there blood in the water? Think back to our investigation of the murder scene, detective. Take another look at the scene in front of us, detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body. The victim's blood was mysteriously absent, as was the part of the chocolate chest it had pulled on. I believe that the blood probably belonged to the only one that makes sense, the only one that I'm sure bled was the victim.
Take that.
The victim, huh? I'll have the guy compare it with the blood on the murder weapon. Okay. Thank you. It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's. But why would someone want to send the victim's blood downstream and into the fountain like this? Maybe to move, like to make it look like the body was moved? Maybe? Frost's blood was found in the fountain, but not at the scene of the crime. Maybe to try to make it look like it was moved? I don't know. We've learned a little more about the contest participants. But there's still one question involving Mr. Gusto for which we never got an answer. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto? You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why.
Sure, I was.
Oh, shit.
Silence! You are not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information.
Ow. What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room? And that's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for the semi-finals. A confectioner who admits to lacking design sense, and a sculpture with it in spades. Mr. Gusto could not have hoped to win such a high-level contest by himself. Which is why I'm beginning to wonder if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective. I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. His story still doesn't quite add up to me.
Me neither.
We need to we need to figure out how to get in touch with him. Oh, do you now? I don't know who this is.
Oh, do you now? Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it.
Mr. Von Karma.
I am already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto. So there is no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. This. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Testimony.
Your voice is so painful to do though.
He seems dead set on preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto, in which case... Fine, then allow me to take you up on your offer.
Very well. What is it?
I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost. Gusto and Frost's connection.
The connection between Gusto and Frost. It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest.
Wait, that's it? And that's all?
That's all I have to say to you.
What? But that doesn't help us at all. We'll have to confront him with evidence if we want to draw the truth out of him. And it's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something. The connection between Gusto and Frost. It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest. Maybe this thing? This is the same. Maybe it's this?
Objection!
I'm still not used to Gregory's objection. I thought it would be different. I wonder if you could look at the two confections in the foreground for me, Mr. Von Karma. They were made for the contest semi-finals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted. Wouldn't you agree?
Get to the point.
As the nameplate suggests, these were Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries. Mr. Gusto told us that confectionery design was far from his strong suit. And yet, his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost's, exactly as good in fact. We learn from another witness that their two entries also tasted exactly the same.
What are you suggesting?
I am suggesting that they were helping one another out. Let's take a closer look, shall we? While at first glance, the two may appear to be superficially different, it soon becomes apparent that there are significant similarities in how they were put together. Yeah, they are made of the same ingredients, taste the same, and share a similar design aesthetic. This picture is proof positive that the two were working together.
If you figured that much out, I suppose there's little point in denying it.
You know, I just had this idea. We know the book thingy is like has a recipe for like taste disorder things, and they mentioned a son. What if the son has some sort of taste problem, and they are trying to
heal him. Maybe. Mr. Von Karma knew all along that they were cooperating. But I'll warn you, none of what you're about to hear will be to your advantage. Gustav and Frost's real connection. Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gustav and Frost were indeed working together. Gustav spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final. So, you knew that the two were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, why are you trying to bury the truth? That's the Von Karma way. Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely wanted to avoid you poking your nose around before I could provide proper context in court. It simply slipped my mind to explain that to you. Sure, Von Karma, sure. It doesn't explain why he's been so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what is it he's hiding. I can let things end like this. Oh, Von Karma, that's so painful. Let me confirm why you seem so desperate to prove. They were indeed working together. Spell out the details of her relationship to Frost. Maybe here? It seems they were helping one another. Oh, it seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Hold it. But why were they cooperating? Gustav's sense of design is subpar, and Frost was an amateur confectioner at best. Neither of them stood a chance of making it through the contest alone. So what was their endgame? Why cooperate only until the day before the finals? Gustav claims to have ended the scheme. Allegedly, he wanted to win the final on his own merits. His one and only goal, really, was to be crowned the world's best confectioner. And his pride would not allow him to do so with the help of another. Cheaters can only ever win with hollow victories, I guess. I was under the impression that the collaboration had only lasted through the semi-finals. But I'm starting to think it might have lasted up through the final itself. Mr. Von Karma, I'd like to ask you some more about how long they worked together for, if you don't mind. Ha! If you must. For us, the manager confectioner at best. Maybe it is. Because I kinda remember something. Let me check. First sculptures were scrumptious, except for Liar, which was salty. Maybe this?
Objection!
They weren't working together during the finals. I find that a little hard to believe. Miss Cohen is on record as having described Mr. Frost's creations as scrumptious. And while he was certainly skilled, I doubt even he could have become a world-class confectioner overnight. It seems far more likely to me that he and Mr. Cousteau were still cooperating during the finals. How many times must I explain this to you? Assertions require proof, and one person's entirely subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example, is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs to shame. I wanna know what Mrs. Von Karma looked like. How is that not an entirely subjective statement? Oh, at this point in time, Francisca has been born already, but she's probably what? 5? Because she was 18 when Miles was 25. No, Francisca is like a little baby, maybe 2 years old.
by this point. Furthermore, you are ignoring another crucial part of the pharmacist's testimony. Namely, that she also describes some of Frost's works as having been unbearably salty. In other words, your evidence actually shows that Frost failed to produce the perfect confectionery. No! This. No more objections, I take it. There must be some way I can prove that Gusto and Frost were still collaborating. Mr. E? There's something that's been on my mind. Yes? What is it, Eddie? Mr. Frost's entry for the finals. Wouldn't it have taken a while to make? I would imagine so. Making flavored water, freezing it all, and then carving 2 whole sculptures. Could he really have done all that and help Mr. Gusto with his work? If it was me, I'd have barely gotten as far as the setting the flavored water up to freeze part. I just can't see how Mr. Frost could have pulled it off. Nice, Eddie. Perhaps there's some lawyerly instinct in you after all, Eddie. His face. Your ponderings certainly point to another possibility. Ugh. Huh? Eddie's right. Mr. Frost would have needed to freeze his own large blocks of flavored ice to create his art. And there wouldn't have been time to do that during the contest itself. So what must Mr. Frost have done in order to finish his flavored ice entry within the time limit? Make the ice the day before the final, make the ice the day of the final, make it out of something else entirely. Make the ice the day before the final. He must have made the flavored ice the day before. Then all he would have had to do was sculpt it. What are you muttering about now? Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something, that's all. I realized that you are correct. What? Mr. E? I hope you know what you're doing. Oh? Accepting defeat at last, are we? The only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Just as you said, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze, and whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto. Ha! Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the final. In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return? I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead. Objection. Perhaps not, but I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us, so why don't you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation was as thorough as you claim? How? How dare you call my methods into question? That's not my intention. I just don't understand why you would obstruct a perfectly valid line of inquiry. Give me one good reason as to why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me. Ha! One good reason? Certainly. The how and why of Frost and Gusto's collaboration have absolutely no bearing on this case. Objection! How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind this murder. Could it indeed? Then why did Gusto himself tell me all about it? Why did the man you seem so keen on accusing share the details of his collaboration with the prosecution? Please, tell me you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicions this time. Do I? Mr. Gusto only acted suspiciously one time that we know of. And I imagine Mr. Von Karma is aware of exactly what the suspicious action was. Which means this is probably a trap.
Heh, well, cat got your tongue.
But even if this is a trap, I can't back down now. Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is reason enough to suspect him.
Tisk. If that's your only concern, then allow me to to clear it up for you.
I knew it. It was a trap.
I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I'd hate for the proceedings to drag on because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this.
That's
Gusto and Frost, and their sons.
A photo of Frost, Gusto, and their sons. Gusto's son visited his father daily up through the semi-final.
Gusto snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve his photograph.
But why?
It seems their sons attended the same elementary school. Gusto was concerned that the fact of Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place him under undue suspicion. A concern that you have just proved was entirely unfounded. Gusto's actions make perfect sense, and you have given me no reason to believe otherwise. No! What now?
He's never going to let me talk to Mr. Gusto.
Now, if you are quite done obstructing my investigation, I have things to be getting on with.
He's finally gone.
That smug, self-righteous jerk! I'll give him something to be getting on with.
What do we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tangaro's finished if we can't figure something out. Things to be getting on with. What exactly could those things be? He has a body, a murder weapon, and a suspect in custody. If the prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tangaro, surely they have all they need. So, why is Mr. Von Karma still investigating the scene of the crime? Something on your mind, Mr. E? We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Karma has everything he needs to proceed with a prosecution of Mr. Tangaro. And yet, he still doesn't seem entirely confident on his case. If he was, why refuse to share information with Detective Bath?
Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too.
No autopsy report. 24 hours post-murder and there's still no autopsy report. In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to the evidence that went missing. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. Missing victim's blood. None of the victim's blood was found in Tangaro's room.
You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body.
Evidence that turned up not in Mr. Tangaro's room, but in a most unusual place.
It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's.
Blood in the fountain. Frost's blood was detected in the water of the fountain. So, there were no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tangaro's room. Yet, we found some in the fountain instead. Why?
Aha!
So... I think the blood in the fountain, and missing victim's blood. Yeah, I think. Aha! Mr. Frost's blood went missing for the crime scene, but traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to the trouble of removing the blood from the scene after the after the body had been discovered? And why only the blood? Surely the body would have also been in the way. Wait, could someone have moved the body aside to get to the blood? Body move aside. Did someone move the body aside in order to get to the blood that was in the chest? Oh, I wonder which ones I have to connect. So, the body might have been moved aside, or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there's still no autopsy report. We've learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been that the body had been recovered by the forensic team. But what if that assumption is false? What if Mr. Von Karma wouldn't show Detective Butt the autopsy report out of something other than spite? What if we've been thinking about this the wrong way all along? The question isn't why did Mr. Von Karma hold back information about the body? It's, did Mr. Von Karma even have any information about the body in the first place? How things look from that angle? Perhaps the body hadn't been removed by the police in order to carry out an autopsy. Perhaps it had already been removed and hidden away by the culprit before their arrival. Mr. E? We've both heard the rumors about Mr. Von Karma's questionable methods. Fabricated witness statements, shady deals, forged evidence even. Sure, everybody's heard of that stuff, but what's that got to do with us right now? I would never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone. Even Mr. Von Karma, I've tried my best not to let my preconceptions color our interactions with him. Nonetheless, it appears he may indeed be willing to twist the truth to his own ends. Twist the truth? You mean he's been playing dirty? I fear he may have been, and still is. And I'm not about to let him get away with it. I'm returning to the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney. Yes, sir!
Hold it!
Hold it! Yes, what is it now? I have a few questions, Mr. Von Karma, about a certain fact you've been keeping from us. Really? You mean to call the methods of an officially sanctioned investigation into question yet again? I'm warning you, if you obstruct the police in their work any further, there will be consequences.
Objection!
It's not the police I have an issue with, Mr. Von Karma. It's you. What? Isn't it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of a crime is? Ha! What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating what the prosecution's role is or is not with the likes of you. But let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects and ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs. Believe me when I say I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfect unsaleable cases.
Objection!
And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts out of whole cloth, perhaps? Ha! And I thought you had outdone yourself already.
But now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence.
I do.
Because it is why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bat from doing his job at every turn. What are you talking about? You didn't shut him out investigation because you wanted him to keep an eye on us. You did it to stop him from finding out that you don't have the body. What? He doesn't have the body? Oh! Oh my god, I just realized. Ridiculous. You're clutching at straws. I will tolerate no more of your preposterous slander. Then allow us to examine it. Prove me wrong, if you can. I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I am under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusation one way or another.
Objection!
As you must have seen for yourself, a piece of bloody chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Why did it disappear, and where did it go? What does it matter? Some blood went missing from the chest where the body was found, so what? So what indeed? That's precisely my question. The body was still at the scene when the police got here. Removing the blood would accomplish nothing. However, let us suppose for a moment that the body was not. If someone had wanted to erase any trace of what had happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense. What is this petty obsession with the blood stain? But since it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went? Of course. After all, evidence is everything, as you never tire of telling us. I believe this should back up my theory quite nicely. What evidence do I have that shows where the blood from Mr. Tangaro's room went? Wait. Frozen blood was found in the fountain, but not at the scene of the crime.
Take that!
Aha! Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain, along with traces of the chocolate from Mr. Tangaro's room. I believe the missing piece of blood-stained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows to the fountain, which strongly points towards one certain fact. Someone purposefully disposed of the blood after the body had been removed from the chest. Mr. Von Karma, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me. Where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor the means to carry out that kind of analysis of the fountain water. No, but I do. Curse you, Bat! You've been a thorn in my side from the moment you were assigned. Well, no longer. As of now, you are officially off the case. Huh. I was barely on it in the first place. Mr. Von Karma, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered? Yes. It's really quite a claim, you know. One that you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid. What must I do to get an answer out of him? Now, if you don't mind, I have given you quite enough of my precious time already. I look forward to destroying you in court, Gregory Edgeworth. Your precious logic and theories won't save you then. Nothing will. Mark my words, Mr. Von Karma. Your methods will be your own doing. Foreshadowing. No matter how you try to hide the truth, I'll bring it all to light in the end. Sad.
Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position.
Don't sweat it. It was always gonna end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever sidelined me the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? You know, I think you might be right about the body being missing.
I am, and I'll prove it in court.
Heh. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. Since, you know, I'm off the case now.
That's very kind of you. That's very kind. And I'm sorry to keep you asking favors of you, Detective Bud, but there is one more thing. Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me in on the secret. Alright, Eddie. The detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Mr. Tangaroa acquitted. But I'd prefer to have an ace in the hole, just in case. And what is it? You'll find out in the courtroom. Wait, what? You're letting me join you? Of course I am. You are my assistant after all. Ha! I'll be more than that by next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know? We can take on Mr. Von Karma together. Indeed. Though I'm hoping we'll have freed Mr. Tangaro by then. But if we're up against Mr. Von Karma, I guess we can rule out the possibility that this might take some time. Right, but we'll do everything we can in the meantime. I know you can beat Mr. Von Karma, Mr. E. I believe in you. It's so painful. We can't allow Mr. Tangaro to remain in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And we won. I'll expose Mr. Von Karma's lies if it's the last thing I do. Game, that's so mean. That's so cruel. How dare you? To be continued. Game, you're so evil. Okay. God, my throat. I'm dying. Alright. I'm dying, so I guess it's a good moment for me to stop. So I hope you liked it. If you did, maybe consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next episode. Hopefully by then I'll have recovered. Bye bye.